I really don't like changing joiner knives because usually when I change the knives I feel like they should have lasted a lot longer. And they still feel sharp when I take them out of the machine, but usually it's because there are a couple nicks in the knife that are giving me problems. You know, and you can, of course, you can loosen them up and shift left and then shift right to try to stagger the nicks between the three knives. But eventually you can't do that anymore, or you just get bad luck and you get two that are real close to each other, and it'll leave a trail on a board when you're jointing it. So someday I might upgrade to one of those helical cutter heads, like this awesome cutter head my wife got me for Christmas for my thickness planer. That's just beautiful. I can't wait to put it in. I'm just waiting to finish up my last set of knives in there now. But they're pretty expensive. That was like around 400 bucks, and surprisingly, whatever reason, this 6-inch Shelix knife or cutter head is the same cost just about as the 13-inch one for the DeWalt planer. So I'm going to pass on that and just keep changing knives. Anyway, I got the carbide ones, got some nicks in them. I didn't think it was going to be necessary to replace all three because then I'd just be back to steel knives. So what I decided to do, just to try this out, is I got a new set of these cheap PowerTech knives, and like 15 bucks for the set. And instead of replacing all three, I'm putting one steel knife in here to replace one carbide knife. And the idea is that these knives are still plenty sharp, so the two carbide knives will continue to do the cutting, the function they're intended to perform. And then this third knife, the steel knife, essentially just resets my surface, so I have a flat surface, and it'll cut out, hopefully, or cut off those the little ridges that are left on the board. And I put some marks on the side with a permanent marker. I just did some horizontal lines on there with the black Sharpie just to remember which my steel one was. I don't have to write that down anywhere because I'm making this video so I won't forget that. I can just refer back to remember which one I marked. Anyway, that should enable me to let this set of three knives last a lot longer, because once this starts to get nicked up too bad, then I can just rotate it and replace the one on the other side, and then I got one more to go after that. And then at that point, I will maybe send the carbide knives off for sharpening, or I'll just give in and buy a Shelix helical cutter head, because those are pretty awesome looking. Anyway, let's make a cut and see if this worked out okay. Well, that first cut was a little bit disappointing because I still had some ridges on there. I was trying to put the steel knife just a hair lower than the other two, but I might have put it a little too much of a hair lower. So I'm going to try moving it up so it's at the exact same height, and then we'll do that again. And that is the finished surface on this piece of cherry. It's probably not going to focus quite right, but there we go. But I'm pretty happy with it. It looks almost as if it were done with a new knife, which it in fact was. So it doesn't seem to have impacted the cut any, and I think that's going to save me some money in joiner knives, and hopefully it'll save you some money as well. Thanks for watching.